This is a Christophine. Some people call it Chow, chayote. There are different names for it. And it has this sort of texture of a pumpkin or a melon along those lines, yeah? What we want to do, and I'll show you, I'm just going to cut it in half. And you have the option of doing two things with the skin. You can peel it. So you use a potato peeler or a sharp paring knife and just remove, you know, like if you wanted to just remove the thin layer of skin, like so. You can do that. I'm just going to give this a good wash, yeah? But what I want to show you is on the inside, we've got to remove this sort of seed area. And you can use a spoon or, see, all you would do is using that spoon, dig that out, that goes into the rubbish. Give this a good wash. Any sort of blemishes and all that, well, this one is fairly good. And then you would, the size of the carrot, I julienne a carrot here. I wanted the same sort of texture and everything else, yeah? I'm just going to use half of this. Well, I also have bell pepper, cabbage, the star of the program. And this, ladies and gentlemen, takes me back to being, wow, schoolboy in Trinidad and Tobago, San Fernando, and the food trucks. Especially the one by, as you approach the promenade where the train engine is there back in the old days where my taxi stand was. There was a food truck there, and this is the sort of cabbage, sort of chow mein you would get. And the main ingredient was always cabbage, yeah, filler. We have some ginger, garlic, onion, light soy sauce. I need some classic MSG. Not too much, again, totally optional if MSG is not your thing. The carrot, I've got that's some toasted sesame oil, a bit of sugar for some balance, and I have oyster sauce here. Later we will taste it and adjust the salt accordingly, but for now these are the ingredients that we're using. Now when I go back home the last few years, my father and I, we usually go and we get sandwiches on the, it's like the corner of Lord and Mokarapo Street, the west side. There's a Chinese bar there that served these as sandwiches, not as part of the box meal that I used to get. The box meal used to include fried rice, the sort of Chinese style fried chicken for the most part, or sweet and sour chicken or something, and this cabbage chow mein. But I like it as a sandwich, and I know a lot of bars still serve it, more in the countryside than everything else. An ingredient I forgot to mention is some Chinese cooking wine, yeah? So I'm creating a sort of sauce that we're going to use for making this. So the Chinese cooking wine, the soy sauce. I'm going to finish with the sesame oil, so the sugar and that oyster sauce. I'm also going to hit that with some of this MSG, not too much. And I'm just going to bring that all together, and that is our sort of sauce. I'm just going to make sure that sugar dissolves in there. Once it gets into the hot wok, if you're using a frying pan or whatever saucepan that you're using, that sugar will melt further. So I wouldn't stress too much about it at this point. In goes some vegetable oil, and you want about 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I am using my wok. You can use a non-stick pan, frying pan, whatever sort of pot you like using. I have it on a medium-high heat here because we want this, you know, to go quickly. In goes the onion, and I started with the onion now before the heat comes up because I want to toss the garlic in there right away without burning the garlic. So in goes that garlic, and if you burn that garlic, you're gonna ruin it. So all we want is the sort of fragrance from it, along with that grated ginger, yeah? I got a little bit left back here. We will need all of that in there. And you see the heat is now starting to come up, which is perfect, so we're not burning anything, yeah? The last thing I want you all to do is to burn that garlic and that ginger. The julienne carrot, because that is sort of, it's going to take long to cook, so I want to go in now with it, along with the Christophine and the bell pepper, what we call sweet pepper, yeah? Remember, the full printable recipe will be available at CaribbeanPot.com, and that will include specific amounts for everything, the entire ingredient list. Just clean up quickly. If you wanted to add some white pepper, white ground pepper in here, you can. If you wanted to kick up the heat a little bit and you want to add some Szechuan peppercorns, you can do that as well. I'm trying to keep it as close to what I recall growing up in the Caribbean. Thanks for allowing me 30 seconds of your time. Uncle Chris here, reminding you printable recipes are available at caribbeanpot.com. If you like the recipe that you're seeing right now or any of my recipes, consider subscribing and sharing the link with your friends. And finally, I have cookbooks available for sale. I have 4 cookbooks and I'm working on a few more. So if you head over to caribbeanpot.com/cookbooks, there will be cookbooks there ready for you all. And if you wait till the end of the video, I'm going to force you to watch the video or fast forward, I'll give you a discount code. For those same cookbooks, you can get a discount. All right? The kitchen is already smelling incredible. Just from that ginger, garlic, onion sort of combo that went in there. I'm just going to give that about a minute and a half before we go in with the cabbage. It's now time to add the cabbage. And I also want to add the sauce mixture that we created. That's going to create steam to help cook everything along with the high heat and the steam. Everything's going to come together nicely. Now all we want to do is sort of move everything down and flip everything so the cabbage gets in contact with the direct heat of the wok. Yeah? So I'm bringing up the vegetables, the other vegetables that we started with, to the surface. See, like so. I'm just being, hold on. I love cabbage, you know. A nice little sweetness to it. Plus with that added sugar that we added in there is the real deal. I want to go in with some salt. I'm not going too heavy because I'm mindful of the light soy sauce that I went in there with. That's going to have a sodium element. Excuse me, the oyster sauce will have a sodium element. And personally, with MSG, I get a salty sort of taste as well too. All I would recommend is sort of flipping this ever so often and try your best. I mean to say it's going to be your personal preference, but try your best not to overcook this. See, look at that. Look at the colors and everything else now. Oh gosh, I might have some bread there, making a wicked sandwich after I'm done with this for lunch, yeah? It's been about 5 minutes since I added the cabbage, so this is technically where I want it to be. If you wanted to cook it longer, you can certainly do that. I mean to say the option is all up to you, right? What I want to do now is taste it for salt, adjust that salt, and finish up with that sesame oil. And that's a toasted sesame oil, by the way, but use whatever sesame oil you have access to, no big deal. Mix that sesame oil in. Chris here, caribbeanpot.com, always a pleasure. I took you back to my younger days as a school fella in San Fernando. Yeah, cabbage, chow mein. Yeah, this thing is heavy on the cabbage, but I'm telling you, boy, if you like cabbage, if you like vegetables, you're gonna love this one. And again, a great side dish or a topping for sandwiches, and I like it on sandwiches more than anything else, I'll be honest with you. Chris here, caribbeanpot.com. Let me turn off the stove. Always a pleasure having you all in the kitchen with me. Yo, give this one a try, man. It's real nice. Look at that. Steaming, piping hot. Oh gosh, it ain't nice. It's properly nice.